too chicken to confront us himself?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back then to the Men in Tights podcast, the inaugural Men in Tights podcast, section 2. We're actually going to be talking about just general chit-chatting games and anything that we want at the moment. This next hour is a complete 3 hours, so get ready for some complete random BS bullshit of the first caliber. Now, we've been talking offline while we've been having our break, and I do believe the Great Strange One, Mr. Chris, has his first topic he wants to hand us to it, so I will hand it over to you, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of people have been playing Bloodborne.
Hooray.
Which is...
Hooray.
which is
the people that hate harder games.
a very well-received
Still easier
game,
than Dark Souls.
a very niche... Well, not niche, but there is... It's a divisive game in terms of its gameplay style. I myself haven't played it yet, which is obviously not a great starting position on this conversation. But
I have played it and platinumed it,
your
I
point
can
is now
help.
being severely halved. So your point is
I can help.
what I'm here to talk about is the story, and I know quite a lot about the storyline of Bloodborne from conversation.
Do you? Because I don't, and I've played it.
I
Right,
didn't
okay.
until I looked aside and realised, oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Part of my knowledge is based on the knowledge I have of H.P. Lovecraft,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that helps.
and I've read quite a lot of short stories and novellas and indeed a few novels by H.P.
He's only got a few novels. I think he's got
He
one
only has
novel
got
and a few short
one
stories.
really full one, which is At the
Yeah.
Mountains of Madness. But he has had a sort of had compilations of longer stories.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother issue. But what I found interesting is that the lead writer at From Software, being a Japanese gentleman and not being a fluent English writer, would read the books of things like H.P. Lovecraft, authors such as H.P. Lovecraft, and he wouldn't be able to fully understand what he was reading because he wasn't a fluent English reader.
That'll be missing translations we get
Yeah.
over here as well.
Yeah. So, what he picked up was a kind of patchwork knowledge of the story, which I found quite interesting, because obviously the From Software sort of way of storytelling isn't a million miles away from Destiny. You have a grimoire style affair where you pick up knowledge of the sort of like the setting and the story in a piece by piece, patchwork basis until you build up a bigger picture in your head. I find it quite interesting that Bungie have sort of taken that route as well, but I also find that patchwork way of understanding the world is reflected in in the lead designer's kind of like own experiences. I find it interesting that he's put that into the game himself.
Yeah, I see what
You
you
know.
mean. He didn't completely understand the whole of H.P. Lovecraft, so he put his things together himself. That would have been missed in
Yeah.
translation, as it were. And that's
Yeah.
kind
I
of
mean,
how
you
it works in
definitely,
Bloodborne.
In Bloodborne, you definitely get that kind of villagers kind of coming at you kind of thing, like you do with the
Resident Evil
Cthulhu.
4.
Yeah,
Well,
Resident Evil
the whole first
4.
bit of that, but yeah.
It's
Cthulhu.
very Cthulhu, the Innsmouth.
Yeah,
kind of-
actually, Innsmouth, yeah, it does have that kind of
Sorry,
feel.
yeah.
Fleetwood,
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry people from Fleetwood. It's a joke.
if there's anybody
It's
listening.
Hundreds of
Don't
them-
worry, people from
hundreds of
Fleetwood are
them
sorry
listening to this
themselves for
channel.
living in Fleetwood. There you go. Burn.
Have
But
it.
yeah, I mean, it's also interesting the way like Lovecraft had almost like a sort of tiered system of not class as such, but like power in his short stories. So, for example, like the Innsmouth look, you'd have the lower level sort of like day-to-day villagers that were just very slightly corrupted by the Dagon, and then you had the cultists and I think they were called the Whateleys or something like that, weren't they? I can't remember now, it's been so
And they have
long.
the deep ones as well.
And then obviously the deep ones were the actual fishmen, and then you had the next tier, which were like the greater, sort of like Father Dagon and
Yeah.
Mother something or other, I can't remember now. Again, it's been a long
Teresa.
time.
It has been.
Yeah,
and
and-
I may as well.
And then obviously that went higher up to the Chthonians and Starspawn of Cthulhu and
The 4 alien gods.
Cthulhu. And it's all very interesting the way he tiered the system of sort of power, and that is reflected completely in Bloodborne.
Yeah, you
From
start
what
with
I've
your
been
little
told.
villages, and then you go and everything goes crazy. Later on, it becomes ridiculously mad and unexplainable.
Yeah, for a
And
few minutes.
aliens,
For a few minutes
aliens
there, I
appear
was
and-
thinking, like, where's he bringing the link back into gaming? It pops
Please,
in right
yeah, I
at the
was
end
going,
there.
let's go back to gaming now.
Yeah, I
I
understand there was quite a lot of digression in there. But what I'm trying to say, and I can say it a lot better now, is that even in very old fictional writing of the 1920s, obviously quite a lot of what Lovecraft did was groundbreaking and was building a lot of foundations for things. But there was a tiered system of not enemy, like you would describe an enemy in a game as a monster or a baddie, but a tiered system of denizen or opponent for the main
NPC,
character.
yeah.
Protagonist.
Yeah, the
Well,
antagonist.
the
Yeah.
protagonist.
Yeah,
Well,
the protagonist.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
protagonist. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been going on for a long time. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not like in
yeah.
the 1980s we introduced this thing of end of level baddies and then more higher, more powerful bosses. It is something that's been in
Always-
fiction and been in
always blame
entertainment
it.
for a long time.
As World of Warcraft always told us, always blame it on old world gods. If they came back, old world
Yep.
gods. That person came back
Yeah.
from dead, old world gods.
Yogg-Saron.
Whatever the problem was, old world gods.
And like old civilizations as well. That's always their fault. Anyone that came
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
us.
leaving things lying around that can destroy the world or almost destroy the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
Damn them.
we had a chance to destroy it, but we didn't. we didn't. We left it for
But
you.
we just kept it locked away in a temple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then gave
Yeah,
the
it makes
keys to some
total
bad guys,
sense.
but it's fine.
Craziness, isn't it? Absolute craziness. Yep. So, bring us on to another topic then. Who's here has played Hotline Miami 2?
I
I
have.
played the original.
I played the original on
I
PC
played
on Steam.
Hotline Miami for a bit. Yeah,
What was it?
I liked it.
Was it the sway cam that broke you in the end? Because I must admit, after about 5-10 minutes, it started getting a bit nauseous for me. I was like, "Oh, I'm following
Yeah,
the sway
The sway
cam."
com's a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know. I kind of just.
It
I
was
thought, do you know what? I'll play Grand Theft Auto 3 instead because it's 3D,
yeah.
or a 4, or.
That's Greg's mentality there.
That's great
Fine,
mentality right on
sorry.
top there. Yep.
I see it slightly differently. I mean, the first thing, the brutally fast gameplay of
One shot
Hotline
kill.
Miami
Punch it
is
before they punch you.
incredible.
Mm.
It's incredibly punishing. It's incredibly good for you if you get good at the game. But at least it makes the game quick. If you mess up, if you fuck up, you fuck up very quickly. You shot very quickly, and you restart again within seconds. So it's almost like there's no great loss. The music.
Apart from breaking a controller.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
you've died
especially
for
if you're near the
17th
end of
time.
it. If you're near the end of a floor, yeah, it's very annoying when you've only
Yeah.
got one guy left.
Yeah.
The music.
You carefully
is
plan your approach and he just walks forward.
Yeah.
Oh, the soundtrack to Hotline Miami and Miami 2. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
I
It's
remember enjoying the first
amazing.
one,
Yeah.
The music is just peerless. It's flawless. It's
Wait, is it as good as Vice City?
Yeah, but Vice
my
City
opinion, yes.
used copyrighted licensed music, didn't it? It didn't have its own
Yeah.
custom built soundtrack. This is custom built from the ground up. It's
no, it is actually recording artists, but it's very obscure ones like
Is
Mitch
it?
Murder. Yeah. Lots of very underground music makers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It is the music is superb.
Cool, cool. And those of you watching on YouTube as well, yes, I do use an electric cigarette, and you probably will see me every now and then having a little pull on it every now and then. I'm not proud of it. I should have stopped smoking a long time ago, but hey, electric, I'm clean. I can do it in my house, and the wife doesn't shout at me. Cool, I win.
It
Right,
smells
carry on.
nice as well.
It smells nice as well. Well, it smells of nothing. It smells of nothing.
Maybe you can make it smell like berries and stuff. That's always nice.
Yeah, that's
Like
for me
those.
though. And the thing is, I've got a problem with that, and we're going to derail a little bit here. Smokers out there in the world, please tell me, have you ever smoked a banana? And would you ever want to smoke a banana or a blueberry?
Yeah, well, I think me
Probably
and
the
Greg
wrong
can...
term to use there because, like,
Yeah.
obviously the sexual connotations of a banana. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I won't
personally
get
haven't
one.
smoked a banana.
There's also that other one which was like
Oh crap!
some like
You know?
I would
childhood
also like to
schoolboy.
put myself in the not smoked banana pile as well, please.
Have you smoked a blueberry muffin? Hang on, that's just as bad. Hang on,
Yeah, it is just as bad.
You
Yeah,
can't win on this one, can you? You can't win on this one, can you?
yeah, add smoke to anything like fruit-like. Yeah, it's going to be like that, isn't it?
There's
I don't
always
know,
like
what about
this like
smoking a strawberry?
Have you
That
ever
doesn't sound too bad.
have you ever put low-hanging fruit in your mouth?
oh my god, no.
What about plums?
Right, okay, let's go off this conversation. Let's get back to gaming. Let's bring this derail back in. Even though I derailed it,
Because
I've
we
got
could
myself into
actually do this for
big
an hour as well. Easily.
Could easily,
I
yeah.
got myself into a massive doo-doo puddle there, right, okay? Massive doo-doo.
Let's
right,
not deviate from games again. This is what happens.
Let's
Do
try
you know
not
what's,
to.
do you know what's really bothering me? Do you know what's really bothering me about this subject? You know, thinking back now, I'm looking back. I'm thinking, how exactly did Greg find Muscle March so quickly? Is there not something really suspicious about that? You know what I mean? I'm just like, he found it straight away, like he knew exactly what I was talking about.
Well, what
Like
I
he
did,
was
I
an
put in
expert.
Google. This is what I did. I typed in Google Japanese game where you smash through walls. That is exactly what I put in.
found
Japanese
it.
game where you smash through
Yeah,
walls, and I found it.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
Sure you
That's
did. Yeah,
that's
sure
the
you
truth.
Yeah. Google,
Didn't
you
have
may
your
be
favourites
cockstadging,
already,
but
yeah.
my god, your search server's brilliant.
I don't know. I'm just really suspicious, Greg. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, you know. I'm a... Hey, there you go.
There you go.
It's my all-time favourite.
Muscle March.
Oh dear.
He says it like it's a joke, but we all know it's true. We all know there's an eerie ring of truth to that.
We all see that beautiful blonde hair, and we can kind of see.
All I'm going to say is
he
I'm
was the
still
bastard child of
upset.
Ken from Street Fighter.
All I'm going to say is I was mad that I got cut out of Muscle March.
Yeah, especially in that suit.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my god, yeah. And that's why you wear the He-Man outfit at work, innit? Just to relive your dreams.
it.
You
That's
want
it.
to run through drywall.
Your
I
dreams.
always try to run through the walls at work.
That-
Safe.
In
No,
my
that's,
He-Man
that's why you're a
costume.
that's why you're a health and safety officer, innit? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's
that
go
was good.
test
That
this
was
wall.
good. Oh dear. Right. Anybody else got a game they would like to talk about at the moment? Any new stuff coming out? Oh, Destiny. How about this? Destiny with a House of
House of
Wolves. Yes. Anybody got any
We all like our
speculative
Destiny,
news? Yes, and
Well-
we do have a very good reason for liking Destiny because it was because of Destiny that the Men in Tights actually formed, and no matter how much it's falling apart at the moment, we still have got to give it that. It birthed this lovely clan
Yes,
that
and
we
of
are.
course the expansion will bring it back into its fold as well, I believe.
Yeah.
I do
I
hope
think
so.
we've
I
kind
really
of
do.
we've kind of got as far as we can. A lot of us, haven't we? With the
Yes.
what's the content that's there now.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the weapons. We're fully leveled up.
Yeah. Sure enough.
There's not a lot more to do there.
Let's not mention hard mode Crota.
Let's not mention
hard mode
Crota
Crota and the annoying
and how
bugs.
close we've actually got, and how many times the knights come and attack us through the windows, and
Yeah.
Crota decides to kill the sword bearer without they're invisible. Let's not talk about that.
Well, they're invisible and underground and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also the ultimate one where Crota actually jumps down to catch a sword bearer. You know.
Yeah, that's always fun.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's some.
But if
some odd
only we
things
could
going
have,
on there.
because we could have actually done that the other way around. So if you'd jumped off over the back, and Crota could have followed you over there, and we'd have won.
Yeah,
And it
you
would be
jumped over the
completely
edge.
safe and everything.
Crota follows you over to the Eye of
Yeah.
Osiris.
It
Eye
might
of
have been a try, to be fair, yeah.
Oryx, sorry.
The others... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I thought it was the Oversoul.
No, it's the
Should
Eye of
be
Horus,
over.
isn't it? It's the Eversoul, yeah, but it's Crota's daddy looking over him,
Makes
isn't it?
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense completely.
Void in a barn somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and you had to go around the map about 5 times to find him.
Yeah, because there was no cause enemy unknown. They had that little after like 3 turns of no contact. You started to hear them, and it pointed you in their general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's-
enemy unknown was a completely different breed of game. Okay, I prefer XCOM the original ones myself. You know, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a
no,
good-
I-
it,
yeah,
it,
that's
it was it was a good step forward. You know what I mean? It was a good step, and then you need to bring it back half a step back. Let us have that turn base AP points. That was it. Let us have our AP
Yeah.
points back. So, you know, it takes 2 AP points to go to your knee. You know, it's just like, oh god, but that was I can't shoot. That was I can't shoot.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. So I like that system more than the.
But I always
Enemy
used to
unknown.
have the it highlighted so that you could still shoot, and I always used to leave that on. That was my because it was like the Overwatch that they have now.
Yeah.
You always had that one shot in just in case,
Just in case.
anything happened. And if what happened at 9 times out of 10 was that a shot would fly across the screen from like halfway across the map
Yeah.
and
Try
hit you straight in the head and you'd die.
Dead. Yep.
And then you'd have primed a grenade or something, and that blew
Blew
up
up
all
the
your
rest of everyone else.
blew up all your mates that were stood around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Invariably, that's what happened. But you know, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good. But I could never get past. Obviously, in the first one, and I know we're like going on about a game that's like
Not
over
on
20
PS4
years old
and 20 odd years old, but still brilliant, still
everything else.
relevant.
But you know, the difference with XCOM and the Terror from the Deep, I could never get to the bit where where you Alien Origin bit from the first game. I think it was almost nearly impossible. In the second one, you had to get a lobster guy sergeant.
You had to stun him and bring him back, yeah.
You had to get so many of them before you could even get
But
anywhere with
you
it,
can
which
guarantee
made it-
after your second sergeant, they'd start constantly raiding your base. You know, it became a defense game
Right.
more than an offensive
Yeah.
game. It became different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the beauty. That was the beauty. I will defend that game to the hilt. Certainly will. Right. Now let's try and get stuff back to more modern day stuff then, have we? So
Okay, yeah.
So what's coming out for PS4 recently? We're not gonna have a look at the list just yet, but what's coming out? What are we hoping to come out? And it's going to be good. Going to be good.
Okay, I've got one. I've got one here. And it's a
Go
big
on.
one.
Come on, Chris. You've been
Go on,
quiet for a
Chris.
while. So
Yeah.
I'm
we'll let
really,
you.
really.
I
I
thought
thought
you
you fallen asleep, Chris.
I was waiting for the
No,
snore.
I'm here, I'm good. The game is called.
It's a
No
running joke,
Man's-
actually.
Yeah, for the people on YouTube, because Chris is
Yeah,
synonymously
that don't
known
really
for
know.
halfway through a
I've
raid,
been-
falling asleep.
Yeah.
I've been known to occasionally, I've no idea why, fall asleep.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Nothing to do with the
Great deal
copious
advance
amounts of
warning.
alcohol.
Nothing to do with that, no. With advanced warning. No. The game I'm looking forward to is No Man's Sky.
Oh,
for many,
yes.
many reasons.
Yes.
Many reasons why I'm looking forward to this game. One of them is what appears to be the impeccable art direction of the game, and the impeccable sort of atmosphere that the game seems to evoke. The atmosphere of kind of 80s and 70s sort of sci-fi imagery, colourful space, beautiful planets, odd planets, flora and fauna, unusual spaceships and vehicles. It all looks very, very good. The gameplay they've been keeping very heavily under wraps, but hints have been dropped in interviews that I've been picking up upon, that it's going to have quite a few different modes of play, or sort of like ways you can interact with the world. Some of them appear to be, and I hate to use this phrase, but it's going to be interesting. It's almost Minecraft-like in the way that you can interact with the world, you can build things, you can change the landscape on planets, you can customize planets, and that will be seen and interacted with other people. So I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I think there's a lot of scope
Yeah.
with the
Sounds
game,
interesting.
but it's still very secret. All we can go on is what we've seen. You know, they're using this procedural generated system to generate an enormous galaxy, which quite frankly is the only way, the only shortcut for generating, you know, that amount of content is to use maths to provide a kind of, you know, a series of outcomes that aren't handcrafted, if you like. And it may result in a very samey, bland game in the end. We don't really know yet, but it might even just all come together and work.
Yeah, I mean, in the trailer for that game, it shows you like flying onto a planet, doesn't it? And there's like dinosaurs and all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah. Also, Chris, do you want to come a bit closer to your mic? You've faded a bit.
Am I quiet?
That's better. That's better.
Am I quiet? Sorry about that. I didn't realise I was that far away.
Most
Yeah.
Most of like YouTube's.
The word on the street that's been mentioned as well is that when you hear, so when you see these creatures and stuff on the videos that look very sort of generic Earth-like kind of creatures, that you know, even with dinosaurs and even with kangaroos hopping around and rats or whatever that you see, apparently the further out you get, the weirder things get gradually. So during your journey, the game diversifies and becomes stranger and stranger and stranger, until whatever you meet at the very end or the very centre of the galaxy or wherever you're trying to go. So I'm really hopeful that it's going to be a good game. I've got hope for this one.
So, is there some kind of mission, or is it just a case of you just go? There is going to be like
a case of
mission
exploration, isn't it? You're just purely exploring. You will get missions like this ship's under attack. This cargo ship's under attack. Can you come help it? And you'll be given a star coordinate for you to jump to. And I'm always intrigued with that game of how's the multiplayer element working, because apparently there is some multiplayer. But
yeah, they've kept it very quiet.
Very quiet. What it's all about. Yeah.
Again, if you read
like
a lot of the
DayZ
interviews,
multiplayer, as in like you don't know who your enemies are and freedom of PvP and things.
It possibly could be. You know what I mean? Or you know, you get give yourself star coordinates. So let's say I want you to come join me, Ben. I have to message you my star coordinate, and then you can actually zoom to my planet, and when we can work together.
On your planet, and they'll say,
yeah.
Could
But
be.
They're keeping that very under the cast of their chest on that one, and I really, really want to crowbar it away from them. So just give me some info, you.
Just something, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping it's not one of those things that like you see like the trailer and then you still waiting for it in 10 years' time.
Oh yeah,
we just don't know.
Yeah, the massive dicties, yeah. So just give me it, give me.
Give me the shinies.
Give me the shiny. Yep. Right.
Yeah, I mean there is a few other things around it as well. That the again, what's been rumoured, just a few final things on the subject. It's been rumoured that obviously the goal was to get to the centre of the galaxy, and it's also been rumoured that the massive amount of the sort of like multiplayer aspect revolves around being at the centre of the galaxy as well. So I don't know what that means, whether you dogfight each other or race each other or do something, or maybe that's the multiplayer hub for the game. I don't know. But there is this enormous hint that there's something happening at the centre of the galaxy.
There's something going on.
For multiplayer.
Yeah. It all sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It does sound very.
I mean, touching on this again, like, but a different game now. Star Citizen.
Oh yeah,
Star Citizen, yeah. Is that
That's PC though.
that's going to be Xbox, but it's Xbox exclusive. It's a timed exclusive, I
PC,
do believe.
Is it not as well?
It's PC, yeah. PC, Xbox.
Are you
I do
sure that's
believe.
not Elite? Elite that is the
No.
Xbox timed exclusive. Or
maybe.
both.
I don't think Star
I'll tell you what.
Citizen's and
Let's troll the internet. Go.
I'm
I thought it
having
was
a look
Elite
now.
Dangerous that was the
Yeah,
timed PC
I think you might be right. I've not really paid much attention to that, but I am paying attention to Star Citizen because I'm a big fan of the Wing Commander games from way back.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this gaming bolt. 15 reasons why Star Citizen needs to launch on PlayStation 4. Yeah, let's read that. I'm sure that's going to be an absolute piece of absolute rubbish.
Clickbait.
No.
No.
You know, there's not a lot come out yet. All we've seen is little bits. Obviously, there's going to be a Squadron 60 something. I want to say 69, but that definitely isn't it.
Apparently on Eurogamer, the lead director vows it will never be dumbed down to PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, but PS4 and Xbox One will be may be possible.
Maybe. I mean, it's gone from being an offline game potentially to now being online, which has upset a few people. But they've said like the sheer scale of the game, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, single player wouldn't work. You need the multiplayer
work. Yeah.
True enough.
But you know, I'm waiting for Star Citizen. You know, if we get it on the PS4, that'd be great. If not, I've got my PC, so you know, I'm fine.
We're cool either which way. Right, should we take our final break?
Yeah, that'd be
We'll
cool.
go for a final
Let's
break.
go for it.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in 5 minutes. Don't go too far.
Right, I'll let you know. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, which is the standalone Wolfenstein expansion.
Now, I like the Wolfenstein. I did like the new story. Okay, it was a little bit, you could see what was coming a mile away, but
Yeah.
it was. I love the way they've actually incorporated the universe as if Germany took over. I mean, you had like the Beatles singing Yellow Submarine in German, you know.
Yeah, that was. I did very much enjoy.
See, I haven't played it, so I think it's a game I really need to play.
I am a fan. I am a fan of the little touches.
Yeah, like when in Bioshock Infinite, where they got the old versions of modern songs, because they've all been moved up into the world, and they've got like Take the Love sung in a cappella and stuff like that.
Yeah, the barbershop quartet stuff. But that was because that one person could. Yeah, he had a tear, didn't he, in his room.
Yeah, he got the.
He could actually hear
the music from
Future,
but then used that day's musical stylings to create it.
Those little touches are beautiful. You know, I love them. Right.
They are indeed.
What's next, Ben?
Project Cars, which I know nothing about.
Oh, Project Cars.
It's most likely about cars.
It's about
Couldn't
cars.
say that.
Yes.
No, it's about projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, project management. It's how you manage projects in Microsoft Project, of all things, isn't it?
No, what it is, it's a car building simulator, so you can build the next Vauxhall Vectra. You know what I mean? You actually try and have to market ploy. You know, you have to do a casting field of your audience, make sure you're selling it to the right granny. You know.
How can you?
I didn't know if you were trolling us then or not. I was like, is this actually the game?
It's deadly serious. Can you design the next Toyota Yaris?
Yep.
Yaris Estate. You know what I mean? A lovely vehicle like that.
It sounds like
Fiat Multipla. You know what I mean?
You know, this is actually right. I can't remember the game, but there was actually a game where you designed cars and things and built them, and I've forgotten what it's called.
Was that on the PlayStation 2?
It was. It might have been a really old PC game. Is it? Where's the American state where they make all the cars?
Detroit.
Detroit. It was called Detroit. It's an old PC game, I believe. But hey, we're diverting again here. But I remember playing that vaguely and making some cars, and you had to like research new parts for your car and things. Anyhow,
could you get like muscly guys to burst through them?
There is no muscly guys in this one. It would have been better if there was, but you know there isn't.
That was the game seller.
How can you improve? How can you improve any game?
Running through drywall.
Running through drywalls.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Apparently that's why Konami have got rid of Kojima.
He refused to go through drywall.
He didn't.
He refused to go through the drywall. They were saying, "Come on,
Right, Muscle March. You were asking for
Full circle, people. Full circle.
Muscle March 2, and you refused to.
I mean, what it was going to be, it was going to be Silent Hill Muscle March, but he refused, and therefore they've, sacked him, and everything else has gone on from there. America got involved. That's why they've gone off the American stock exchange.
They're all like, we like our
There's
muscle.
big demand for muscle style games for America.
It's,
obviously, so all the wrestlers like to play like muscle games where they can go, and obviously you can't do that.
Yeah. So anyway, Project Cars
Come back to Project
is
Cars.
coming out in May.
Now, I have a bit of affinity of love for driving games. I mean, I have played all the Gran Turismos. My very first driving game was a game from Interplay called Rock and Roll Racing. Brilliant game.
Oh yeah,
love that game.
Brilliant game. Yeah.
Yeah, driving games.
I remember that as well.
Driving games are in my blood. I have high hopes that Project Cars will be what Drive Club should have been. Drive Club has been a bit of a big letdown in my mind. It's promised a lot, hasn't really shown much potential of what it could do. But one thing I do like about Project Cars is that they are trying to seamlessly pair it up with Project Morpheus, the VR headset coming up for PlayStation 4.
Okay.
And that would be brilliant. Then obviously you put the VR headset on, and then you can look around when you're in the car. You know what I mean?
You can actually go and drive in your car with the VR headset on.
Yeah, and you
go
look
sit
left.
in your car and you play the game while you're in your car.
Not
I'm one of them,
the
like-
most dangerous thing ever conceived.
Just like to say that you can't actually do that.
No,
Just,
no.
Don't
Don't do that.
That's
Don't
not-
don't
That
try
is not
that
how you
home.
play.
Yeah, do
That is
not
not
try
how
that.
you play that game.
Yeah, really don't do that.
Yeah. Right. What's next, Ben?
Oh yes, we've got the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remastered for PS4, even though it's been out for everything else.
What have we just been talking about that damn game? Move on.
We have, but it's coming out. There you go. We have Destiny: The House of Wolves expansion.
Yay.
Which we've touched on a little bit.
We touched on that a little bit. Hopefully that
Yay,
will
more content. We will actually enjoy playing Destiny again.
Yeah,
well,
hopefully that'll rekindle my secret love affair with it.
rekindle. Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
like we've been doing nothing, so. Okay, and The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
Yeah, when's that coming out?
Essential game of the year.
It's out May 19th.
Ben's
May
game of the
19th.
year already. Yeah.
Ben's-
My game of the
Greg's-
year already.
Greg's-
yeah.
I've still got-
Sorry, my
I've
bad.
got
Greg's
Bloodborne.
game of the year.
Yeah, and it doesn't feature muscle-bound men smashing through dry walls.
Which
No.
there
you go.
Upgrade.
that
Yeah, I
might
think they're going to bring that out in the
DLC.
first
We might need a
expansion
mod for
pack.
that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Witcher 3.
'Cause we forgot to mention this, but there's going to be 16 pieces of DLC with the game. Various things like swords, armor, that kind of stuff, and they're coming out periodically through the year. Like 2 are getting released on the first day, and
Oh, day one
Day one.
DLC.
I better get them all.
it's day one DLC. Both if you pre-order and you get the day one, I believe that you get it with either edition. So if you're rich, like Ben, you can
And more disposable income than I should.
and have £140 spare.
Yeah.
Yay.
Then
And you
you can get a statue.
and you want a 12-inch phallic model.
Yeah, of Geralt fighting a griffin.
Yep.
Bare-fisted.
It's not a euphemism or
Yeah.
anything, that's just...
That's I think the Muscle March collector's edition is much better.
They actually give you a piece of drawing so you can run through it. piece of drywall.
Your very own piece of drywall, and
spandex as
also
well.
the as you can see, just to your bottom left, the muscle outfit to go with it.
Yep.
You guys all thought it was a He-Man outfit until you saw Muscle March, and it's not. It's that's
Great
part of the
Secret
collector's
Warfare.
edition. Yeah, it's part of the collector's edition for Muscle March.
Oh, jeez. Move on.
Couldn't make it up.
okay.
Couldn't make it up, could you?
Quickly, Magicka 2 is coming out as well.
Oh, cool.
The fun
Is it Arrowhead?
play.
Is it
Yes.
Arrowhead? Yeah, it is, yeah. The people who made
killing everyone.
Helldivers.
And Magicka 1.
And Magic
Yeah,
One,
the fun of Helldivers, where you can kill your teammates
Oh,
Killed
yes.
me, apparently.
Yeah, generally should be.
accidentally on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, land on me,
And then
throw
drop a
mechs
mech on
at
him.
me.
Right. Magicka 2. Yeah, cool game. Can't wait to see that one.
Across the beams, though.
No. Never crossed the beam. Right, and next.
Ultra Street Fighter 4 is apparently coming out on the PS4. No, it's out on PC already. So.
Any date or
That's the 1st of May, that one.
1st of May? So that's
This is
literally
why this
2
is really
days.
out of order.
Mm.
Yeah. So, you
Wow.
know, it's got, if I remember rightly, the characters are Poison. Wait, hold on, I'm obsessed with Poison now.
Poison from Soul Calibur.
Not to mention what Poison is. Go on, sorry.
Poison from Soul Calibur.
No, Poison from Pink Hairland, and not definitely a woman. Nope, definitely
Right.
not. Not the Poison I'm thinking of, anyway. Anywho, there is more characters than just Poison, but she is in it.
Ken and Ryu, they'll be in it.
The
They'll be- they've
original
already
cast
been
plus Poison.
Yes,
Right, okay.
Poison and some other characters.
And Dan.
You'll be
Dan.
happy about this, everyone. Farming Simulator 15 is
Yeah.
actually coming out.
Whee!
Amazing,
Is that-
amazing.
Is that coming out on PlayStation 4?
Yes,
This
it
is
is
probably
actually.
going to overtake Goat Simulator as
warned you, it's
the.
doubt it.
Hands down now, Farming Simulator 2015 Game of the Year, beating Witcher 3.
The fact
well,
is, interesting enough, it's out the same day as Witcher 3 and House of Wolves.
Are you
So,
joking me?
that's
They're going toe to toe with Witcher 3.
They are.
That
Oh, well.
that confident.
I might have to change my thing for Game of the Year now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's like putting a
You know,
12-year-old against Mike Tyson.
I know.
That's gonna get smashed. Oh dear. Right, move on.
The Adventures of Pip, which I presume is an indie game.
The Adventures of Pip.
It seems side-scrolly, fantasy worldy. Quite fun,
Let's have a
actually.
look at that. Adventures of Pip.
That's actually out in 2 days as well. Or, yeah, for May the 1st. And while we
Adventures.
fill this gap, is Dragon Age Inquisition Jaws of Hakon, which I don't know what it is. Well, no, I know Dragon Age, but I don't know what Jaws of Hakon are.
Oh,
It's
is it?
DLC for...
It's
for-
kickstarted, successfully kickstarted. Oh, that is a 2D side-scrolling.
Yes, as I said, 2D scrolling in the fantasy-esque world.
So sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you.
Oh, thanks. I'm used to it, it's fine.
That looks cute. I'll have a look at
It does. I might have to look at that as well, I just noticed that exists.
that. Right. What was your one? Sorry.
We're on PC as well. The Dragon Age DLC is out as well for people who like Dragon Age. I do like it, but I'm kind of too long.
Yeah, the manual reading with Greg, as Greg would say, the manual reading mode has kind of killed it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, PC, Final Fantasy IV, the after years is coming out on it. More Final Fantasy.
Oh God.
That's out everywhere else though again, so not something amazing.
Final Fantasy. It's starting to turn into the cancer.
You know, I'm
Amazing now.
just to kind of go back to the farming simulator game.
Oh, yeah,
It's actually number 3 in the weirdest simulator games of all time.
It hasn't been released yet. How can it get into number 3?
Because apparently it's been released on the PC.
Oh,
so,
Oh,
right.
it could be actually.
it's a 2012 game on the PC, and number 2 is a game called Desert Bus, which was made in 1995, where you just drive along in the desert along a straight road, and
Right.
that is it.
I could probably envisage
And-
a PewDiePie making a video on that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Also, and you know, this is kind of a dodgy subject, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Number 7, rape play.
What?
Yes.
Right, okay.
A game
no.
in Japan, and it's exactly
Don't
what you
look at me.
think.
No. We are skipping over that. We're not even going to mention that anymore. No, we're not even looking at that. Ben, move on.
There
Get
you
us
go.
out of the situation, please.
I didn't even mention it.
No, I know you didn't. I'm saying get us out of it.
X-Bone
Uh-oh,
is the same pretty
Oh,
much
hang on,
as...
hang on, Chris.
what? Huh?
Chris? Chris?
Chris.
Yep, I'm here.
You were just starting to drift
No,
then,
he
mate.
didn't go to sleep.
You were just starting to drift. You were just starting to drift. That was close, people. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that's how quick Chris can go. That's how quick Chris can go.
Well, I was up at 6 this morning. I had a very early start this morning, so
Yeah,
It's
where are we
coming to
now?
midnight.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're
Good
almost
lord, it's
done.
11:30.
yeah, we are
Stop
wrapping up the
looking at
show.
time.
So the final one then, Ben,
right.
before we end the show off.
Something good then, I don't know. Splatoon's coming out on a Wii U, which is a...
Yeah, that's got
Multiplayer
very,
Yeah, it's a good
very
game.
well. Yeah.
Very-
Does anybody even play the Wii U?
I play the Wii U.
I
Super
played-
Smash Bros exists on it.
I have a very nice cousin who lets me play on his. I don't actually own one yet.
No.
Yeah,
I do own one, and I play a lot of games on it
Okay.
when I get the time.
yeah.
I do not own one, and I don't really play. Well, I wouldn't. There's not very much on there that appeals to me, really. But
Bayonetta.
I can
Bayonetta
see
24/7.
Yeah, Bayonetta's amazing.
Is
I can
Bayonetta not on
see-
the other?
Bayonetta
No.
2.
Number
was
2
not-
isn't.
No.
Okay.
That is
Yes.
at least
mean-
review-wise on Metacritic.
Yeah,
wise.
but okay, we're touching on Nintendo now, like because
As you
Nintendo
probably
have
understand,
probably
I'm a fan of Nintendo.
have probably made some of the best games in the last 20 years quite easily
Yes.
for the consoles. You know,
Yeah, they always
one of my
tie in, don't they?
all-time favorites is Super Mario World. I loved
Yeah.
it. I must have played it for like ever practically. GoldenEye. That's not a Nintendo game, but it was on the N64.
That was
and
bundled in
that
with the
too.
console.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
N64 exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, true enough. True enough. Right then, guys, that would be our very first podcast there. I'd like to thank you all for watching so very, very much. I mean, okay, the Twitch has not been alive with chat, but a few of you have been there talking away. As for myself, I am a man in tights. That is a-man-in-tights. We are the Men in Tights. We are a gaming clan of non-elites, passable players. Come free to tap us up. We are amazing. We are on Facebook and we are on the Engine forums. Come look us up. Let us know. Show us some love. So, where can we find you, Mr. Ben?
You can find me on PSN usually under the name Jalandral. And remember, it's dangerous to go alone.
Yes,
There's a Zelda reference for everyone.
very true. Very true. And what about you, Mr. Chris?
Well, you can find me on PSN as well, and I am just scarily double-checking my own name because I never see it.
Saying that, yeah, Jalandral's really hard to spell for anyone, isn't it?
So I'm
Well, I'll
I'm
put it
pretty
in the,
certain
put it
I'm
in the
just
words.
Great Strange One.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And with
One
no
word.
spaces, all
no
one word.
spaces,
Yeah,
all
No
one
spaces. No
And-
spaces.
And no ver. I always call you the Great Strange
Yeah.
One. You know, you're not.
But I'm just Great Strange One.
Strange One.
Well, he is the only Great Strange One I know, so I can call him the Great Strange One.
Yes.
Yes,
he-
this is true.
This is true. And what about you, Greg? Where can we find you?
You can find me on the PS network as well, and it's Greg_1982.
Cool. And then another quick circle around then, just before we tidy off then. What will you be playing, what are you intending to play then for the next few days, Ben?
Well, actually, I'm planning to rebuy Dark Souls 1, which is weird, but because my PC version decides not to work all the time. And I have suddenly a very big craving for Dark Souls games, thanks to Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2.
Cool. What about you, Chris?
Well, I'll be sort of kind of on an enforced Iron Banner duty on Destiny until I get to rank 4 to get a hat. Other than that, I'll be tinkering with Diablo 3, and more Hotline Miami 2, and I might occasionally dabble onto Binding of Isaac because I can't stop playing Binding of Isaac.
Yes,
You can't. You really can't.
I have noticed
I really
your
can't.
your addiction. Yes, it has been
Every
noted.
day I have to have a little tinker on Binding of Isaac because I can't stop playing it.
True, true.
Yeah, it's understandable. No,
And Greg, what about yourself?
Well, given I've just started on the Evil Within, I think that's probably going to be what I'm going to be playing for the next week or so until Witcher 3 and the new Destiny DLC comes out.
Cool.
But I'm probably going to have a look at that Evil Within, you know. It's there at 20 quid, and it's got a nice
It's a
holographic
cheap
box.
game. It's got decent reviews around. I'm quite liking it at the moment.
The story
we did say
is
we were going
quite
to talk
gripping.
about it, but we've kind of not. Really.
We'll
We
leave
touched
that.
on it a little bit.
We'll leave that for
We'll
another
leave it.
podcast.
I'm sure I'll be Dark Souling up as well next time.
Mhm.
Since I played it. More.
Yep. As for myself, I will be managing the clan, playing Destiny, Diablo, and well, whatever really takes my fancy. Really, at the moment, I've got a fair few games I need to punch my way through. I might get back to Evil Within and enjoy the story more with Greg. And yeah, pretty good stuff. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good time. Like, favourite, subscribes, follow us on Twitch. It's The Men in Tights or A Man in Tights. Both Twitch channels are functioning at the same time. And we will see you next time.
Excelsior.
Excelsior!
There you go.
See you later.
Awesome.
Okay, we exist now, right?